Hi friends, welcome to our weekly card reading. Always so lovely to have you here. And we're getting towards the end of September. And for September, if you haven't seen already, I kind of decided to do my Black Friday in September. So Creating Safety, my signature course, is 50% off till the end of the month. No code needed. It's all about nervous system regulation, coming back to yourself, coming back to your body, really understanding like what's going on with you, and like anxiety and depression and practical tools. I always like to be like if you say, embodiment, it's like, cool, great, but like, what does that mean? And then what does that mean to me? Like, what does that mean to my system? What does that mean for, like, what can I do? Always in the doing, right? Masculine, more, and balancing with the feminine. So anyway, the course incorporates all of that. There's some education and there's some learning just like about the nervous system and about the brain. I like to geek out on brain health sometimes. And then also the energetics, because of course I love to always incorporate energy and being grounded and all about our root chakra and all that fun stuff. So filled with so many things, and yeah, it's going to be my only sale of the year, or for the rest of the year. So get in there now. And I'm also doing $10 off any energy reading. So if you like what you hear in these messages, if more resonates with you, if you want to dive deeper, there's mini energy readings, live and recorded, and full energy readings. So yeah, just can't wait to connect with you in all of the ways. And can't believe we're towards the end of September now anyway, but let's get to our card reading. All right, so allow yourself to get grounded, whatever that means for you. Like, what does your nervous system need? What is it? Does it need some movement? Does it need some stillness? Notice the resistance to maybe what you feel like you need. But just allow yourself to connect with yourself in any way that feels right, even if it feels like you're not connecting, like you can't do it wrong. So allow yourself then to ask yourself like what you want your question to be. Do you want it to be a question, a topic? And then decide if you're going to be group A or group B, or if you want to, assign one thought to one question, the other thought to another. All right, and let's see where we go. Oh, and allow yourself, I did this before. I set my intention that I'm a clear channel and vessel to gift you with these messages, what you need to hear, and allow yourself to set any intentions for you if you would like to receive the messages in the way that are meant for you. So set the intentions, what you need, and here we go. Okay, Group A, Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty, Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. Okay. So let's see what we got here. So what's coming through for me is really like this sense of contemplation, but also like spreading your wings. So there does seem to be an element of support. You might already have the support. So like notice if you have the support, and like you might be like, yeah, I do. Or notice if like you might need to like lean on support or call in support, because there's so much healing that we kind of like, there's so much self-healing out there, right? But like there is a responsibility on yourself for healing, and then there's also support and guidance that can be helpful along the way. So I feel like there's been this sense of like contemplation around your heart of like, what do you really want, and what do you really desire, and what are you like, it feels like more around like your purpose. Like, what am I really meant here to do and like to be and to help with? So it seems like you've been in a lot of that heart space, a lot of that soul purpose space, a lot of that contemplation. And it seems like you are like, there is like a growing of wings. Like, I don't feel like you're ready to full on like go and fly yet. I feel like you are though ready to almost like get to the next stage, which is maybe where the idea of support is coming up for you. So let's see. yeah, it just seems like a lot of people and a lot of spaces and a lot of things have like guided you here, and you've kind of been in like this bubble of really contemplating it and trying to figure it out. And it almost seems like, okay, so like you've done the almost like the hibernation type stage, like you've done the work of like coming, like connecting to your soul and like coming back to these like big questions and this purpose and this meaning. And now it's time to almost go into the next stage of kind of like, okay, so what maybe does this look like at the next step, or in like the outside world, or the next stage? Like it seems like you're ready to almost like expand with it and grow with it, but not like full on like leaping, jumping, putting everything out there. It seems like slow and steady, right? Like what does the next stage look like? What does the next expansion look like? What does the next wave look like? What does and like what does more or less support look like for me? You know, like what do you need right now for this next step? Because it seems like yeah, you're ready to expand to the next stage. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely like whatever you've been like dreaming about or doing, like it seems right for you to be like in this space. It almost feels like maybe you've been like frustrated a little bit of like being in a little bit more of a hibernated state. So it is ready for you to take the next step. And the next step might just be telling somebody that you've been like thinking about like this career change, or thinking about this idea that you have. Like that might be the next step. It's small and steady, but you're ready to go to the next step. You're ready to kind of like get out of hibernation a little bit. You're ready to share it a little bit. So yeah, that's exciting for you. Notice what that feels like for you. Okay. And that all comes from like the work that you did to like build that capacity to like, you know, slow and steady. And anyway, go over that in the Creating Safety course too. So you can like go at your own pace, that what feels right for you, right? Because if I was like, oh, like go tell the world about your idea, like that's too overwhelming. Then like that's too scary and that'll shut you down. So one small step. Okay. All right. Group B. Got really like pink, nice cards this week. Okay. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Beautiful. Okay. It's a beautiful card. I'm also sensing and feeling a lot of chaos. A lot of shifting, a lot of changing. It seems like some that maybe you wanted, some that you didn't want, some that you thought you might wanted, and there's I don't know. It seems like there's just been a lot of different chaos. It's the word that's coming up for me. So what I'm really getting for this is, of course, like each thing is like for us to learn from, for us to rise above, for us to, you know, understand and hone what we want and fine tune and like set boundaries and all of that great stuff. All of that is part of like the rising and raising your vibration. So there's definitely been an aspect of that in it. And it seems like, you know, all that chaos had its lessons and its purpose in it, which it's been like, it feels like it's been a lot of boundary setting, and it's kind of like, and a lot of like fine tuning things. And I don't know if this has been like major or subtle. It seems like there could have been like some of both or whatever, but it feels like you're in a place now of more, like the chaos has kind of been like being cleared out. So it's a little more like subtle. So I almost feel like you can take a deep breath. Like, as I'm saying that, like, just take a deep breath. It almost feels like you've just been like, all right, like noticing where you've arrived, right? Noticing everything that even if it's not exactly where you want to be yet, but notice everything that you've gone through. Notice the major shifts, notice the subtle shifts, notice the little shifts in energy, the little boundary settings, the little speaking when you didn't want to, like all of those little things, even within the chaos, like notice where they've gotten you. Just like take a moment and like look at your surroundings right now and look at where you are and look like what you've done in the past month or the past year, and like take a breath. Like that's kind of like where this is at. Like you have been rising. I feel like you've been so much like in the muck of feeling like you're in the muck of things and like trying to get the next level and trying to do the next thing. And it's like, take a breather, notice where you are and like how far you've come, and like notice like how high you have risen. Like notice how much you've like gone through and how much you've done. So yeah, feels like you need like a breather. Take a moment, notice your energy shifting, notice the just taking the moment, not so much of like gratitude, but of like appreciation and acknowledgement for how far you've come and where you're at. Because it seems like you're just almost like this like new light and this new bubble around you and this new energy around you. It feels like so much has like shifted that and so much you've like come out of, that I feel like you need a minute to like really acknowledge that for yourself and really take that in, and really like be in that new energy and with that new energy for a little bit. Because I feel like there is a part of you that feels like there's still caught up in like the struggle or the next thing or whatever, and it's kind of like you've done the work. You've done a lot of the work. So like see where you're at in this time, in this space, in this moment, and just like be with it for a little bit. Just like breathe in it and be with it. Okay? In a very like appreciative, beautiful way. Okay? So these are our cards for this week. Let me know what message you picked. Let me know how it resonates. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment or DM me. I'm here for you, and hope you have a great week.